Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel. This is your weekly love reading from me. It's for wherever you have Cancer in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, any placement is perfectly fine. This is a general love reading, so it may not resonate with every Cancerian out there. You can always check out another placement in your chart. For example, your moon sign is always a good place to start. Just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm going to be speaking about you and your person. Feel free to switch the roles if necessary. Also, there's no gender in tarot, which is what I like to say. I just say he and she for the ease of the conversation, but you know, you just take whatever gender or pronoun is appropriate to you and your story. That's fine. I've done an extensive pre-shuffle. I'm sure by now that if you've seen several videos from me, you know that I like to do this away from the camera. I like to do it for several reasons. One, because I don't want to keep Cancer waiting. I know you are very busy, Cancer, and you haven't got 15 minutes while I do this. And secondly, it's because I don't want to share it with anyone of how I do it. It's very private, actually. About how I managed to do that. What I was picking up in the pre-shuffle is a personal transformation from you. You're very much in a transformative state with regards to just how you are. And I almost see you as being in a manifesting energy, although the energy for the manifestation didn't look like as if it was quite balanced enough. It looked like as if it was a bit hit and miss, that maybe some things you've managed to manifest in your immediate world and other things have not really come into fruition. This told me that there is a slight, not imbalance, that's not the quite correct way, because you're not imbalanced at all because of this transformation. There's very much a personal transformation energy that I felt with you. The reason I picked up on the fact that not all of your manifestations have yet come to fruition is because there's still this, almost like a closing out of a cycle. There's a closing out of a cycle to complete this transformation that is needed. And also because you're not manifesting in the same kind of energy. Your energy is sort of a bit hit and miss as to how you do this. I see you as ready to begin a new cycle. How your person views this, I couldn't say. I'm going to get some cards for your person actually, I'm going to start putting the tarot cards down now, just to see how this goes here. Yeah, okay, right, I'm going to put things into a small historical context, okay, which is what I like to do. I like to give a small historical context for the past, present and immediate future. Your overall energy is the shadow side. This is about recognising deep within ourselves, you know, certain trigger points, you know, certain things that trigger us, or certain things that hold us into a negative aspect of behaviour. And it's about an element, it has an element of consciousness with it, because without this element of consciousness, it's not, quite often, it's more luck than judgment whether or not we come out the other side of what it is that's triggered us, or what it is that's causing us to repeat a continuous lesson. Usually it's something stuck within our own behaviour. For example, and this doesn't necessarily apply to you, but I've seen this with friends past and present in my life, where they constantly go out with the same guy. What I mean by this is not that they've got the same boyfriend for 20 plus years, but they have different boyfriends, but there's an element of of a similarity within that person. For example, perhaps none of them are emotionally available, or perhaps the majority of them don't work and like to spend their money, or something like this. And this is just an example. It's a repetition of behaviour. It's that, but it usually has its origin in something negative, and quite often it can come from childhood traumas. And when I say childhood traumas, I don't necessarily mean that even, you know, that you've had this horrific childhood. Perhaps you have, but it can come from deep within inside of us. There are scars, and it's the triggering aspect, because they're not completely healed. When I said earlier in the pre-shuffle that I felt that you'd gone through some inner transformation, and that you were coming to the end of that, I feel as if you've learned a particular lesson, or you've recognised something deep within yourself that you realise that you cannot continue to do, and you've almost taken the ownership of this particular behaviour or particular pattern or repetition of behaviour, and literally taken it and owned it fully to come to some kind of conclusion with it. In the past, because I've now put the Tower cards down, we've got the Sun, the Tower and the Fool. Now this is very much going back to what I've just delivered for the pre-shuffle message, because can you see this Tower energy here? You know, quite often in the Tower world, this Tower energy is paraded around as like something really awful and negative, but it doesn't have to be. You know, it doesn't have to be. Can you see the Sun card? And I said there was some kind of acknowledgement or ownership of this behaviour. I think the light has been shined on whatever it was that was physically holding you back. I think you had almost a aha moment, like with a light bulb went on, you know, that made you take ownership of this constant repetition, or the fact that something has happened within your recent past that has caused it to come crumbling down. Now this is a love reading, so I'm suggesting that something has actually broken down between you and your person, but it could be just the clearing away of the emotional cobwebs, because we've got the Fool card here, which is a complete new beginning. This is a new beginning for you. Now, whether it's a new beginning with a past person, or whether this is someone new coming into your life, it almost feels to me like a new energy, like you've closed out a cycle, you've learned some kind of lesson from a past relationship, or the fact that you keep attracting the same old type of person. And I finally feel that all of a sudden you've had this illuminated to you. You've cleared out the old to make room for the new, but the old has this link in this shadow side here. But can you see the light here? This is because all of a sudden you've become consciously aware of something that's holding you back from the past. You know, I think this Tower moment has been quite cathartic for you, and put you on the path now of a fresh start. In the present, we've got the Two of Cups with the Nine of Cups and the Justice card. This very much is singing to me of the closing out or the ending of a marriage. This I feel as if you've come out of some kind of long-term relationship here, and I'm going to get some clarification on this in a moment. Which deck shall I use? Let's use this one. And it feels very much like if it's not a marriage, it's the end of a long-term relationship. That's what I feel. I feel like, and I've put these the wrong way around actually. I feel as if you are completely ready, emotionally, physically, everything, to begin this new journey. Let's see Let's see about, I sense possibly someone new on the horizon, but I'm not sure perhaps if they have arrived to you yet. Okay, interesting. We've got the Justice card here twice. I'm clarifying the Two of Cups, which is in your energy. And we've got the Justice card here twice. I mean, you could be dealing with a Libra. Yeah, could be. You may be dealing with a Libra. However, this just comes, if you're not dealing with a Libra, this just confirms to me that the end of a past relationship, which is allowing you to look to the future, and you're ready to emotionally, physically, mentally move on with this Chariot card. The Chariot with the 10 of Cups here. Can you see that? This has come out to clarify the Two of Cups here. I see this Justice card, because we've got the Justice card here, I see this as double confirmation of the fact that finally, possibly you're even, you know, contemplating, celebrating, receiving, having some kind of divorce party. It's almost like this type of energy, where finally you've got out of that old relationship that has just been hanging on, the ex that just wouldn't leave. Finally, you've kicked him or her out of your system. You've got rid of them physically, mentally and emotionally. You've even got the paper signed, sealed and delivered to sort of conclude that. That's sort of the elements I'm getting, and that all of a sudden, you, instead of having a wedding, you're going to you're sort of going to be having maybe even a just stay at home because of the circumstances divorce party, where you get all your friends together and say, right, that's it, I'm ready to go on the journey of my new life. My new life starts today. That's almost the feeling I'm getting, Cancer. I mean, this Six of Pentacles came out, and I've not really looked at it yet. It came out with the shadow side also. I'm wondering if some of the lessons were also financial to you. Interesting, because we've got the Tower at the bottom of the deck here, and we began this read with the Tower. There's almost an element of having to start again, but you're not worried about that. Yeah, with Temperance. The Tower with Temperance. This is almost like you've bided your time and watched and waited for the perfect opportunity. This very much has the energy of waiting for an ex to get their comeuppance and finally seeing it, and sitting back and thinking, I knew it would come round and kick you in the ass at some point. That is very much, this is very much the ending and closing of an old cycle and the beginning of another. Let's get some clarification here on this. Possibly there's an earth sign on the horizon. Let me just have a look here. What? Okay, Cancer. Let's you and I have a little chat here. Because we've got the Tower twice. We've got the Justice card twice. Okay? We have got the Two of Cups twice. We've got 3 cards of beginnings, the Fool, the Chariot and the Sun. We've also got, now that has come out with the 7 of Pentacles and Judgment. Remember I just said that you were almost waiting for karma to come back around and kick somebody up the backside, and you've been waiting possibly for this to happen, for the fact that someone did you wrong in the past. Maybe they made your life very difficult to leave a particular relationship, or maybe it was very difficult for you to settle matters with regards to property or money or finances. And maybe they did you wrong in many ways. I see this as a conclusion, which has allowed you to begin this new cycle, but it's closed out because you can see that this person got what they deserved, karmically speaking. I'm getting the impression it took a while for karma to come round and actually kick this person in the backside, basically. That's the impression I'm getting. There's nothing like a good dose of karma. And when I was saying that, I saw 555, just in case you are interested in the angel numbers or numerology. I think a good dose of karma has been dished up. I'm going to use a third deck. I don't normally use 3 different decks, but I'm going to for this particular read. This is very much telling me that there's something to celebrate here, which has allowed you to go on this, which is going to allow you to go on this new beginning. Let's get clarification for this 4 of Wands and this Queen of Pentacles in the feature. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is in the up and coming feature. 4 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. This immediately tells me that there's a closing out and a beginning of a new cycle also. You know, with the Fool, the Sun and the Chariot. Yeah, okay, we've got the 5 of Swords that's come out in reverse, okay, which tells me that this is the ending of some strife and some difficulty. I mean, if it came out in the upright, the 5 of Swords is a bit of a heavy energy. It's not a particularly positive energy, but we've got this in the reverse, which tells me this has come to an end. This is clarifying the 4 of Wands. We've also got the Emperor. Now, interestingly, what I noticed earlier is we had the Emperor at the bottom of the deck for the Witch's Tarot. I think, and we've also got the Knight of Cups in reverse. I think you had to almost swallow a bitter spoon of sugar at some point in the past, and it took a lot for you to hold your composure and be the bigger person, but you did. I'm very much suggesting that you've had to wait patiently for very much so, and I'm laughing because there is nothing better, Cancer, than sitting there knowing that karma's come and dished out the just desserts for someone who needed it. And I'm very, very, very much getting that impression here, that it took a long time for you to see this person get their comeuppance, a long time, but finally it's come around. Get celebrating. You know, I do see something to celebrate here. I also see that there is new love on the horizon, definitely. If you don't know this person, if someone hasn't entered your life at this particular moment, they're coming shortly. But the energy feels more into the distance, more into the future than what I was focusing on when I was doing the pre-shuffle, if that makes sense. There's someone, maybe you already know who this person is. I'm going to get you an oracle card because I feel like this needs to be congratulatory. You know, I need to give some kind of closing congratulations statement here. That's what I feel like. Cancer, this is a bit of a positive read. You and your loved ones are safe. I feel like you had a bit of a battle with this person, or at least on an emotional level. I think that they took a lot out of you emotionally with whatever's gone on. And I think with these two, this Emperor energy, you know, with the double Emperor energy, it was at the bottom of the deck here, and it came out in the Necro, in the 13 Necro deck. And I think you've had to be the bigger person, and I think that's taken an awful lot of composure and strength to do that. You and your loved ones are safe. I feel this is the absolute closing out of the cycle. Communication is key. Whatever has happened here, Cancer, don't let it change you in any way. You know, don't let it mark you in any way at all. I know it probably won't, because we began the reading from me suggesting from the pre-shuffle you'd undergone some transformation. But with this shadow card, I feel as if, when I said earlier, you'd consciously learned a lesson. I feel very much that that is the concluding energy also. I feel like we've come full circle. That you've consciously decided never to go down this path again, and you've learned your lesson from it, whatever it is. And but it's transformed you in quite an amazing way, I feel. This is a great read. It's a very positive read. Even though it may have been a painful cycle for you, I do feel as if this is something you possibly will look back on and feel proud of, for the way that you've handled this. Okay, Cancer, that's what I have for you. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's greatly appreciated that you give me a subscription and a thumbs up and a comment. Anything to help the channel grow, circulate the videos. It will just allow me to put more content out. I have a lot of plans for content and for free giveaways and things like this. So come back and see me next week. Hit the subscription button so you don't miss out on anything, and I'll see you soon. Bye.